Now let's look at what happened in Parliament. The stage has been set for a court battle involving Parliament. This after its decision to amend the Constitution to allow land expropriation without compensation. After several hours of deliberations, the proposal to amend Section 25 of the Constitution was put on the table. 12 members of the ANC, the EFF and the NFP voted for the amendment, while 4 members of the DA and other small opposition parties voted against. The report will now be submitted to both houses of Parliament for adoption and implementation. But opposition parties and other stakeholders say they'll challenge this in the court.
On the issue of the decision that was taken by the Constitutional Review Committee on the land issue in South Africa, we've always said that the land issue, much as it is complex, and it is complex all over the world wherever countries deal with land, it is always a complex process. But in our case, we have always said that it is going to be done in an orderly manner in terms of our Constitution, in terms of the rule of law. We've also said that we will not allow this process to lead to disorder and land grabs and all that.
The ANC described the amendment of Section 25 as a legitimate option to address land reform, but opposition parties say it's a political gimmick aimed at scoring cheap political points.
If we believe that for various reasons that the process is fundamentally flawed, then the logical thing would be to take that process on review and to have the whole process set aside. But that's a legal question that legal people will advise us if need be, and assume whether to go that route will be taken at the right time if need be.
How can you invite and how can you invite participation and then basically deny them the right to be heard? The procedure completely was just mismanaged.
The ruling party has rubbished the opposition party's threats to resort to the courts.
The ANC is of the view that we can't outsource our responsibility to the judiciary. The judiciary can't be the default for what is in essence a political decision.
The main sponsors of land expropriation without compensations are already claiming an early victory.
We are happy with the process, and what makes us even more happy is that overwhelming majority of committee members and South Africans support the amendment of Section 25 of the Constitution to allow expropriation of land without compensation.
The report will now be submitted to both houses of Parliament for their approval, but the biggest likelihood is that if opposition parties and several NGOs have their way, it will be argued in the courts of law for a very long time. Manilisi Tubase, SABC News, Parliament.